all I'm saying.
You look awesome. Well, Chuck, I have a full packed room for you. I'm having everyone say what community they're representing for this contest, introducing themselves in the chat without sending all their spammy links and just saying your name and where you're from. And I'm going to hand it over to you, Chuck, because guys, Chuck is the contest man and he is going to give you all the ins and outs on this contest. And he's so excited for this. This is his like Super Bowl these 6 weeks. So
It is.
I'm going to hand it right over to you, Chuck.
It is. Well, thank you, Barbara. And again, we have so much fun doing this contest. And each year it gets bigger and bigger. And I will tell you guys, I only tell like the folks like Barbara and the folks I work with that I've been doing this for 21 years, but my anniversary really is 31 years, and it happened 2 days ago. So I've been doing contests for 31 real years, just like I'm 47 on Facebook. Let's just leave it at that. But anyway, I have to tell you, I just love doing these. Of all the contests that I've done, and I've done them for, you guys worked at big companies too early on. And, I've done them for Harley Davidson and for Haagen-Dazs and for Tabasco sauce, you name it. And of all of these, this is really my favorite because it has more participation than any contest ever. And it's because of you guys. And it's also because I was a small business owner for 6 years. Everyone in my family is. And I know small business people don't get half the recognition they deserve. I'd say you're lucky if you get 1/8 of the recognition you deserve. So this contest is about that. It's really about small businesses coming together and saying thank you to each other, to their peers, and whether it's locally, because it is the local business person of the year, or if it's across the network. I've had some great questions about that. And I said, well, this is why anyone in the network can vote for anyone, because even if you're not working with them right next door, I mean, it's a virtual world. They've helped you with your business. You've helped them with theirs. It's all about the big thank you. And I also say, and I live on the more emotional side of life here. I'm definitely an 80s sensitive guy. Let's put it that way. It's like a bunch of love letters to each other. And those love letters get turned into recommendations. So don't make them too saucy. Just they're going to end up on a profile, but make them, very heartfelt. And that's something that I'll come to. I have about 8 points I want to go over, and then I'll be introducing some past winners and really let them take it away and tell us what has worked for them. And really the best way to get the most out of this contest, whether you win, whether you don't, whether you just want to participate, it's all good. It's all up to what you want. So first thing, the first big tip here, you get 10 votes. I can't tell you how hard I had to fight for the 10 votes. When we first started out, everyone only got 5 votes. I said, 5 votes? At that time, we had 2.5 million people. I'm like, I'm sure they've got other people they want to recognize. So we did get up to 10. I will tell you, unfortunately, very few people use all 10 votes. So if you have to check out now at 4:07 and you can't hear another thing, use all 10 votes, because you will get a community supporter badge, which I do believe, Barbara, that was your idea when you first got here. I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes,
You
which
say?
is
I'm
so
so
awesome.
smart. Wow. Yes,
So
thank you, Chuck.
awesome. So, and many people did get that badge last year, but for my liking, hey, all you need to do is vote 10 times and you get that badge on your profile for all eternity. So that's great. And why that's important is this whole effort, the whole company is about honoring supportive businesses and boosting support among small businesses. So having that badge on there, hey, this person cares about their community. Go do business with them. They're good. They're great people. Go do business with them. So that's how that translates to me. Also, the big secret of this contest, not to the past winners, okay, but to anybody new, is this is really networking on steroids. I mean, it's a great excuse to reach out to people and say, hey, how are you doing? I just gave you a vote. I think you're great. Some people, it's even like, oh, I looked at your profile. I want to talk to you, get to know you, and I want you to get to know me. And then maybe we can vote on this thing. I mean, there's such a great opportunity here. And then when you do vote, and if you write a testimonial, please, that's another big secret. Write those testimonials, because those turn into recommendations for all eternity, for later, as I was referencing before. Those are gold. And those recommendations often turn into referrals. We know how all that works. So write those recommendations too when you're voting for people. And, it's interesting. This question comes up all the time too, and I'm going to ask some of the past winners to address it as well. But there are people saying, hey, I really want to participate in the contest, and there are a bunch of people I want to recognize, but and sure, I'd love to win in my community, but I kind of don't want to tell anyone about that. Like I don't want to come off as cocky, right? And I always say, well, just ask people to support your community. And you can come out, it's fine. Come out and ask for support because you care so much about the community. You would love their support if they feel that they want to give you a vote. It's sort of, I just wanted to let you know, Alignable's doing this thing. They do it every year, and I would really love your vote. But I want you to take a look at it and vote for all the people in our community who really make a difference for you. So there are different ways of doing that, and we'll get into more of that. Okay, a couple of other quick points here. What I really love to see in this contest is when people come out swinging for others, that not only they voted for them, but they post the vote on social media, where they post the vote in their groups on Alignable or among their alliances, and they say, hey, this person's awesome. I want you to vote for this person, And so we have a lot of cheerleaders here. And what this really turns into is it just turns into this great surge of positivity. And sure, there's a little friendly competition, but it's also co-opetition. It's really saying, hey, small businesses need all the help they can get. You guys are also awesome, but you don't have the budgets big companies have. You don't have, you're doing it on your own. So that's where we have strength in numbers here, all supporting each other and highlighting what our skills are. And really, for this contest, it's about personality, and it's about how much you help others and really want to help. Giving really is getting. And we have a lot of givers on this platform. And I'll tell you, I want every last giver to get a vote. Now, I know I'm hugely idealistic, okay? I'm in the small business, okay, but I really do. And I hope that you guys all can spread the word with not just, among yourselves and your immediate community, but also your entire network. That's where this gets to be really exciting. And I want to tell you, we've already broken records this week. We already have over 17,000 votes, and we just started on Monday. Okay, we already have 5,500 at least. I'm not going to check it again because I don't want to get bounced out of this broadcast, but we already have over 5,500 comments. The love notes, as I say, between members saying, hey, Dr. V is awesome, or, oh, Paul really goes above and beyond, or, oh, Tracy, oh, I didn't know what I was going to do with this business until Tracy came along and helped me with it. You know, all of those things. And they're all very sincere. That's what it comes down to. And then they turn into recommendations after the contest. So that's something we're just really excited about here. And we're always trying to make this better. We had started with a landing page last year. We were trying to get one earlier. The landing page offers suggestions based on some of your activity on the network and based on who else is highly recommended in your area. It also has a box where it's saying, hey, if you want to ask for votes, click this button and we can tap things and help you ask for votes too. And then we also have some great testimonials at the end of that landing page. And I did post a link, a general link in our discussion for this to the landing page if you didn't get it in your emails already. And again, if you have questions after this, just ask Barbara, she'll get the information from me, or you can ask me directly too. Half of the friends I've made on here were like, hey, Chuck, how do you do this contest? So, you know, I love it and I'm open to it. And I just want to help people any way I can with this. And last year we had 160,000 votes. I'm hoping we get 200,000 votes this year, if we can. Last year I think we had around 30,000 recommendations. I'd love to see 35,000 or 40,000. Whatever we can do collectively to manifest this is good, because it's really good for everybody. And it helps, it really gets to the soul of why we're even doing Alignable when it really comes down to it. You know, there are other people here doing their part on Alignable, believe me, but I think this contest brings it all, lifts it all up and says, hey, this is what it's all about, guys. Really helping each other, recommending each other, referring each other, all of that. Okay, let me get back to my notes. I've been winging it here. No teleprompter here. Okay, we talked about the testimonials. Next week, we will have leaderboards up for all the communities. And those are really interesting to look at. One thing you need to keep in mind is last year we had 2,539 winners, but we had about 11,000 communities participate. And I can't tell you how many people said to me, hey, I got 2 votes. I was the top of my leaderboard in Schenectady or in Kenosha or in Wilton, Connecticut. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you know, the rules, we have to have at least 3 votes. Somebody in your town needs 3 votes for your town to get recognized. And I don't think it's that hard. I think it's just reminding people of that. So we'll be sending out reminders about that. And we'll probably do another one of these, maybe 2 of them during the next 6 weeks as reminders, little tips, things you might not have thought about. Because I'd love to see this year having 5,239 instead of 2,539 winners. And that all comes from just make sure someone has at least 3 votes on that leaderboard. So that's a big thing. That's my personal campaign this year. Okay, I've got a lot of other personal campaigns. You all know it, but that's a big one. That's a big one. And then let's see. Oh, at the very end, okay, we write up what's called a Swiss cheese release, and we have some other items in a marketing kit for you. So you can take that information and you can take your win and you can just fill in your name, fill in your town. Hopefully we have just about everything else in there. You fill in a comment and you send that to your media, your chambers of commerce, your Rotary clubs, your mom, your kids, anybody who's going to post it. Because what we end up doing is we do a lot of the PR as well. But when we have 2,539 people sending out the release to, it does just magnify the chances that you will get covered in your social media, by your local media, or this is another big point. I don't think I brought this up before. Sometimes you get covered by national media. You know, the Patch has picked up people from those releases we sent out, or that you've even sent out, right? And all of a sudden the Patch, boy, that really looks good. Someone at Yahoo News happens to see it, picks it up. All of a sudden it's national and international. And then sometimes MSN picks it up. That's happened too. How fantastic is that for the people that have that picked up? Sometimes people will go ahead and grease the wheels and take that release and craft it and go to a release service and send it out that way too. And that helps to put it, give it a little bit more focus. But there's, you know, basically we're trying to think of every opportunity for you to promote the people and the peers that mean the most to you. And then for people who are just great supporters of their community, to get that great community supporter badge that really should have by Barbara at the bottom of it. There's that. And then, you know, for the winners, we like a lot of winners, folks. If I had my way, I'd be doing an Irish jig and I'd put it on YouTube if we get 7,000 winners. Okay, so that's, I guess I've just set that up here. This is on tape. Okay, I'll do it. 7,000 winners. Let's go. That would be really great. And I would do a jig. And yeah, so I'm going to leave it at that. So those are all things just to keep in mind. And then finally, and we do have some people on here who can talk about this. Finally, this contest has helped to bring them business and help to bring people in their community business, because it puts the focus and spotlight on great small business people. So you run with that, and it's helped. We have some folks who have great stats. You'll see that on the landing page. We have a couple quotes there. Paul's got some great stats in there. Sanjay has some great stats. Jill's testimonial. Jill wasn't able to join us today, I don't think, but Jill, her testimonial was all about all the businesses she was able to help through the contest. It's all good, guys. It all works. So let me just jump to, I think we covered the main points I wanted here. Let me start with Dr. V. Dr. V, thank you for being in the house here, and thank you for raising your hand. And let us know your experience with the contest, because I know personally you've been at it now for a couple of years. Are you able to get off of mute? Okay, go for it.
Yes, thank you so much, Chuck. It's a pleasure to be able to be here. And I love sharing this every single time, which is the contest first got on my radar because someone named Chuck Casto voted for me when I lived in Champaign, Illinois. And I had a Cinderella story in Champaign because I found out about the contest probably the day it was ending. And I cannot stress enough how every vote matters. And I was able to reach out to my network and I was able to win. But I'm sad to say I got competitive for a moment, and then I didn't do anything with the win. And that bothered me, especially when I moved to Cincinnati, Ohio. So I knew the contest was going to happen. And I gave myself a goal. And it was like, if I win for Cincinnati, I'm going to use that win. And I'm a very why-driven person. Once I find my why, my reason to do something, it just keeps me motivated. So I made another deal with myself. If I won, I was going to look into the ambassador program. And so kind of like Chuck has put out there, he's going to do the Irish jig when 7,000 winners happen. I became an ambassador because I really love the idea of supporting businesses. So I was able to say, hey, I won as the local business person of the year. And I'm also serving as an ambassador because I really wanted to champion more small businesses in the city. And I want to emphasize another thing that Chuck mentioned is that when we are voting for people, it is a way to acknowledge and appreciate individuals. All of us who are entrepreneurs, you know, there are days where you wonder, about the difference that you're making. So I've already used 5 of my votes for people that I have been able to meet and connect with across this past year. And I've gotten to learn about their business. And I took time to write a nice note so that others can know the difference that they've made in my life and the difference they're making through their business. The last thing I would like to share is that it really is a chance to celebrate the connections that you've made. So think about it. If you're a person who is concerned about being salesy, you can reach out to people. You can craft a way that you want to help encourage them about a contest. And someone who is a coach, life coach, business coach, career coach, success coach, I have clients across the country. So I really appreciate that Chuck has said, local is going to be a little bit relative considering what you do, but my first 5 votes have gone to people in the city that I've been able to connect with, and I really want them to stay encouraged. So my homework is to keep spreading the word and encouraging people to engage with Alignable, because I've made like new best friends. I'm having lunch with 2 people this week that I would not have met had it been for Alignable. And I want more people to jump on board because this is a great train to be on.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome. And every year, and I didn't know about that first part. I didn't know that you just found out about it before. So I hope my vote helped. Let's put it.
Yes, it works.
That's good. I love that. Oh, chills. I love it. I love it. Okay, let me go. Martin has a question, but I also wanted Martin to give his story too. So Martin, go for it, buddy. Good to see you. Is Martin off mute yet?
Sorry, this is on me, Chuck. I have to find him and then ask him to unmute. 1 second.
Oh, okay.
I know. I muted everyone in the beginning because there's a lot of background noise, and now it's kind of bitten me in the butt here. Okay.
That's okay.
Here we go.
There we
I
go.
needed to get permission. Barbara was controlling it.
There he is. There he is, the man of the hour.
I was going, did I make Barbara angry this week?
No.
Anyway, no, I also, in fact, I remember us talking about you considering this, Chuck. I've been here since, 2014 or 13 or something.
Yeah.
And what I want to say about it is I was a little uncomfortable asking about it. And then people were asking me, and then people go, well, aren't you going to ask for the votes or not? And now that I've done it a few times, I'm so clear the gold in this is encouraging people to do it and then giving acknowledgement for people that not only you see as the contribution, either the hidden gems or that others see as well. Because that's the real payoff. I mean, yes, I've won it. And one time someone said, well, Martin, you're so well known. Why aren't you win again? I go, I didn't my goal wasn't to win the next time. I got it once, that's nice, but my goal was to champion someone else, and looking for those people that are in two aspects, champions in your community, as well as champions of interacting on Alignable. I kind of look at that intersection, Chuck, to see if I
Right.
can find both on it. So they're out there engaging, but if there's someone who's just a massive champion in the community and they just have a profile, just started one on Alignable, that might get them more involved. So both of those are so important. And like you said, taking the time to write a recommendation, because this is something that they didn't have in the beginning. So you got another acknowledgement. And all I have to tell you is, if you acknowledge somebody so that the world will see it, they'll remember you a lot longer than a cheesy little elevator pitch that you spew on them. So just remember, people remember who you acknowledge like that. That's what I have to say on it, Chuck.
That is excellent. And remember that expression. They may not remember what you said, but they do remember how you made them feel. And that is where these testimonials really last. And it's very powerful. Dave, you had a question for me. Barbara, can you unmute Dave Kavanaugh?
Aha.
There he is.
Barbara's really getting good at this, I'll tell you what.
He is.
Especially with that bite in the butt. To follow up with Martin and a lot of other people say, last year was kind of like my first year to really start to understand what Alignable can do for people. And being in business is not an easy thing to do these days, especially with all the economic aspects that are going on. But the one thing that it does do is it gives us an opportunity to be humanistic to each other once again, to become neighbors, to give to each other, not just want to receive, but to give to each other. And I agree when you're talking about giving out recommendations, that's an important aspect of things, but it gives us touches. And if you've been in business for any point in time, and believe me, as you can probably tell, I didn't just get my driver's license. Yes, touching and knowing and being humanistic to people is so important. And I really believe that that's what Alignable gives us an opportunity to do. So I encourage everybody to go for it. Yes, get the recognition, but while you're doing it, you're getting to play the game, and you're getting to play the game to win, because again, you're making connections with people. Thanks, Chuck.
Oh, that's great, Dave. Thank you so much. And I have to tell you, it really is one of these situations where you do, when you vote for someone and then when you write a testimonial, they're notified. So they get a notification and they may vote for you. They may reach out to you. They may just say thank you. Either way, that's networking, folks, and this is where it becomes networking on steroids. And that's really what it's all about, but really supporting each other, because, Dave, as you said, it's not easy being a small business owner. And it really hasn't been. I mean, I'm the guy who's been doing the surveys and reporting them to the newspapers, online, all of that. And I'll tell you, your voices are amplified. I will tell you that, which is great, but we need to keep on seeing change, and we just need to keep speaking up and speaking up for each other. And that's what this contest is really all about. So excellent. Thank you, Dave. I am going to now move to Tracy, who I believe is still the one who's entered more contests and won more contests than anybody else, I believe. So, Barbara, if you can unmute Tracy and, oh, great. There you are.
Yeah. Yeah, I have won every year since 2018. So when it was the business person of the year, then the small business storyteller, the Main Street mentor for both San Jose and for the country. So I've been very active on Alignable, and I am a big proponent of being active on this platform. I got a little bit too busy at the end of the year, and so I didn't get a chance to total everything up. But in the first half of the year, at least 60% of all of my new client consultations came from Alignable. It has been an amazing way to connect to other small businesses who need help. And so it's been great. And it's not just that I've put up my profile and I post stuff about my business. I connect with people. I have private message conversations with them and try to, see how I can help. I'm not necessarily going through and saying, hey, do you need my social media and email marketing services? But I let them know, hey, this is something that I do. If there's anything that I can do to help you, please let me know. And hey, what is it that you do? It's all about getting to know other small business owners and coming from a place of, how can I help rather than how can you get me money? And that just naturally comes along with it. If you have something that they need and you provide value and show that you are interested in helping and not just interested in making a sale. And so having this contest and getting the extra exposure is really incredible. So highly encourage you to take the time to participate not just as getting votes for yourself, but using all those 10 votes, because as Chuck was saying, those testimonials turn into recommendations, and then your recommendation is on somebody else's profile. So if I were to vote for Chuck for this and put in a great glowing testimonial about him, going forward, people going to Chuck's profile can see my name. And so it's a little bit of extra exposure for yourself while you're giving that person more help and boosting them up. So you help them and you help yourself at the same time.
That is great. That is what it's all about. And Tracy, so good to see you again. It's
great to see you.
You're so busy. I'm so busy. It's like, this is the time we connect, and we need to do a virtual coffee. I'll do a virtual coffee with everyone on this call. I mean, I love to talk, but that would be so fun. And you have just done so well with these contests. It's just awesome.
Well, I do try to get really connected to my community. There are tons of small business owners in San Jose and in the Silicon Valley. And so I like to, and the thing is, for me, with what I offer, there are so many small businesses and like micro businesses that can't necessarily afford working with big, huge marketing companies that could be really amazing and helpful. And so, it's important to me that the little guys get help too, and not just the folks who can afford big monthly tickets. That's
all great. I'm so glad this is on tape. This is going to be fueling quite a few newsletter articles. Let's put it that way. So that is excellent. Okay, so I'm going to shift to Paul. Paul has been great all the way through this. Paul is basically, I want to recommend Paul for sainthood for many, and again, I'm not the Pope, okay? I know it might have been a little confusing, but no, I want to recommend Paul for sainthood. And Paul, if you're unmuted, please take it away, buddy. It's so good to see you.
Well, thank you, Chuck. I'm unmuted. I don't know about sainthood. I think I have to check my language when I'm on these calls all the time. So I'm going to be kicked out of sainthood, but
me too.
Thanks to Dr. V and a lot of people here, they keep me in check. Not to keep blowing you up, Chuck, but you had something to do with me and these badges and alliance recognitions also. So
well, I appreciate that. That's just part of this gig, but I really appreciate it.
Yep. The first award, I don't know how I won the award. So somehow I won an award. So it was a blessing. I was just on Alignable, coming from a platform that I had been very strong and familiar with in LinkedIn, and came learning a whole different new way of networking and marketing and building relationships with people. So it was a blessing to be introduced to this this network. And the second time, Chuck voted for me also, Dr. V, and reached out to me and said, Paul, there's 5 days left to the contest. And I'm like, wasn't even paying attention. There was a contest going on. So I went out there to start trying to get some votes, and it was a blessing to finish in the top 10 in the Mentor Business Award in 2021 and have 9 amazing women between number 1 and number 10. So,
Yep.
and I shifted my voting and went out to start encouraging people to vote for Beatrice, who ended up number 2, and Jill ended up number 1. But what an amazing group of women, and I can't compliment women enough on this platform, that I've met, and what a blessing it was in that particular contest. So this time, Chuck, a little different approach. You know, I'm coming up on 3,100 connections, and every time I connect, I say to a new connection, I'm here to help on Alignable. And I give them the link to growing your business on Alignable. I'm just here to help. And I try not to get emotional. I'm here to help businesses. That's what I'm called to do. So It's been a blessing. And this new campaign for 2023, I'm out there really campaigning that people get out and vote. You're right. We don't need another award, Martin. We've got enough awards. There's so many great people on this platform that deserve this award. We need to get people to get out there and vote. It amazes me that people don't use their votes. And thanks again to Chuck. I'm on a campaign to tell every person that I come into contact on Alignable, use your 10 votes so you can get that community supporter badge. Thank you, Barbara, to show people that you support your community. And what some of the Alignable businesses don't seem to understand is that when you post these badges on other networking platforms, they don't know what this badge means. You may have won the badge many times. You may be familiar with the badge on Alignable, but LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they don't know what these badges mean. All they know is that there must be a reason I should talk to Dr. V. There's got to be a reason with all these awards. Tracy's done an amazing job. There must be a reason why I need to speak to Tracy. And there are reasons. So get people to get out and vote. Vote for people that have made a difference in your community or in your business. I shared with Chuck the blessings this platform has given to me, an increase in connections and business. And now it's helped me to launch, try not to get emotional, my first nonprofit.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So this particular platform has helped launch that nonprofit, which is a blessing. And keep supporting people. I put in the chat, the goal is to try to do everything you can do every day to improve the lives of others. Work on improving the lives of others, and your business will grow tremendously. And this is the platform to grow it on. So thank you, Chuck, for the opportunity. And please get out there and vote. And please support local. Local businesses need us, especially in a tough economy like now. We need to come together and support one another. So thank you, Chuck.
Excellent. Excellent. I couldn't have said it any better. Paul, you are just so awesome. And I'm so happy to hear about that not-for-profit. That is great. And I have to tell you, I want to open it up to anybody else who has participated or has won or has a community supporter badge who might want to say something. We do have a couple of minutes left. Is there, and JB, are you here? I can't see everybody here, but JB, if you're here, please speak up. JB Beckett. Kat. Kat, you're here. Kat, do you want to say something? JB?
JB's here, and I just unmuted him.
Oh, great. JB, go for it, buddy. I can only see about 12 people here, so.
No, I don't want to interrupt Kat. Kat, you want me to go first or Kat?
You go first, and then Kat, you go. Let's do that.
Okay. So, great to see everybody. Apologize for the lack of technology. So you just have a blank screen to see my face, but I am smiling. I think so many folks on this call, Chuck, I would never have gotten involved with Alignable at all if it wouldn't have been for a message you sent me a few years ago. And
Wow.
I really appreciate that. And I can't say enough great things about Paul. We're like ships passing in the night, haven't had the chance to connect in months, but you talk about the heart of a giver. Paul is there to help everybody. I can't say enough things about you, my friend. But there's just so many great folks here on Alignable, folks that I would never have met if it weren't for these contests, which encourage networking. A lot of folks say, hey, I just want to win something, or I want publicity, which is fantastic and it can help your business. But the real value is in developing those deep connections with people. And I just, it's just exciting. It's kind of like Barbara said earlier, Chuck, this is like your Super Bowl, and everybody comes back together. It's almost like a family reunion.
It is. That's when I get
Yeah.
emotional. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm just so thankful for all the relationships I've built, and I want to help more small businesses grow. I like doing that, in person with our local chambers of commerce and different networking groups. But I definitely enjoy that here on Alignable. We're able to do that and connect with people across the country. And, I've made connections in Canada, and I'm sure a lot of folks have, but anything I can do to help anybody, to echo what Paul said, it's all about helping each other. So thank you so much, everybody.
Oh, thanks so much, JB. And by the way, guys, JB was featured in his local media, and it might have been more than that too, but I am seeing a flash of a great article on his business based on winning the contest. So very happy to see that. And JB has been quoted in other things because here's the other thing. I'm working with all these publications all the time, and I'll reach out to my contest winners and say, hey, do you want to be quoted in this? You have something to say? And you guys help me out. I help you out. That's what it's all about. So that's excellent, JB. Kat, let me go to you next.
There we are. Okay, there we go. Hello.
Hi.
I want to put a shout out to Alignable in general. And I'll tell you why. Not just the contest, but the entire platform. I have been in business for quite a while, and I've gone to all kinds of networking. That's primarily how I've been growing my business over the years. And I've done all the platforms. And Alignable is the first platform that I have found that is truly in line with how I operate. It's not about coming together and pushing sales on each other. It's about getting to know, it's building that business relationship and growing from there. And so we can send each other qualified referrals and everything else. And this platform, I brag about it all the time. I go to other networking and I brag about Alignable more than I do myself because I love it. The concept is amazing. And the contest itself, I've won my area the last 2 years. I came second in Canada in the Main Street Mentor Contest.
You did.
I did, yes. It was great. I was so shocked and surprised and grateful. And it is, so for anybody that hasn't won or has got their participation badge but haven't used the badges, use them. Like I post them on my website, I use them on my social media, they're in my email signature. So if you ever get an email from me, you see all my badges in my email signature. And I find that it is a great conversation starter because people ask me, what are all these badges you have? How did you, like, what are they? What do they mean? And so I can talk about it. And it's been fabulous in that area for me. But it's also, I agree with what so many others have said today, that Alignable for me is about helping. Like, my business from day one of my startup has always been about helping other businesses grow and, helping them. And I find that this gives me such a great platform to give back to other businesses, to help. And now that I'm an Alliance ambassador and I'm starting to grow in the Abbotsford area, I'm actually connecting with businesses I didn't even know existed in Abbotsford, and I've been here for 10 years.
So
So,
awesome.
yeah, it's a great platform. And again, yeah, participate, but keep in mind, focus on, connecting with people locally and see how can we help each other. It's not about, what, I've got this great product that I'm going to push on you and I want you to use my product. No, it's about building the relationship. It's having conversations with people.
Yes, indeed. That
Yeah.
is also great, Kat. So good to see you. And I think you've still got some purple hair there, right? In the back, you've got it pulled back. Alignable purple. Really appreciate that.
What are you talking about? This is my natural hair color.
Oh, well, there you have it. Okay. Well, purple was my favorite color before joining Alignable. My front door is purple. So I'm all for it. Okay. But thank you, Kat. That's all so awesome. So awesome. Helena, I believe you were next, and I'm going to try to fit everybody in there. A couple more hands going up. Helena, so great to see you. Tell us what you want to say.
Well, first and foremost, because I'm always writing thank you to you. I'm trying to get on camera here, but I'm more familiar with my WebEx. Anyhow, I want to say thank you in person to you, Chuck, as well as to the whole team at Alignable. I don't think people fully comprehend the benefits of the contest, because I can honestly tell you it has opened up so many doors for my company. I've been certified by WBNC now as a woman-owned business. That's it. And I'm certain this is the badges themselves speak volumes for us as business people. So, oh, there we go. I can start my video there.
Oh, there we go. Hey.
So the fact that one of my things with Alignable was, as you know, I'm Canadian. I crossed into Blaine, Washington in 2019. And this whole thing with social media was not part of my business plan for Velocity Athletic Training. It's been a ride with adjusting to how to rearrange the goal of Velocity Athletic Training out there. It's a wider market here, but I can honestly say that Alignable has totally 100% elevated my company out there. I cannot speak highly enough of what you have done for my company, and I want to say this to everybody, especially to you, the team at Alignable as well. It has elevated my company beyond anything I can comprehend, honestly. And I had to tell you this.
So
I was
awesome.
determined today. I just wrapped up a show with a guest, and I thought I got to get into that meeting, and I've got to let them know that this has elevated my company to many measures, and I want to say thank you.
Oh, well,
thank you to
so
my
much.
connections. I didn't do this alone. I've had some of my connections. I had them as guests on the show during the lockdowns. I had to think about, how do I get this going? My following is in Canada. My career started in Ottawa, Ontario. How do I get this going here from ground nothing, no client base, nothing. And it all started on Alignable. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
So beautiful. I love it. And Helena, so good to see you and check in with you. Really love to
Thank
see
you.
you, and thank you. Every year the story gets better. That's
It
what
does.
I just love that. And
It
just
does.
yeah, thank you. And we're
I
just
promote you guys everywhere. I mean, I've been on shows. I've been doing a lot of guesting myself. And I say, you know, Alignable is a great platform. It's business. It supports small business. This is the most important thing people have to recognize. We are slowly being pushed out. And if you have a good grasp on business, I've been a businesswoman for a very long time, and there's been a lot of changes for small business, and we are being pushed out. Corporates are coming in. And the more support we give to each other, it only gives us more power. So thank you. Thank you for recognizing small business. You know what? I've been in collaboration with the White House as well. I've been amongst these, I'm posting it right now on Alignable. I hope you know, people will get on board. We are determined. We've been in lockdown for 2 years. It has affected not only our businesses, but our mentality, our health. And so what I've done since 2022, and we are coming out of the shutdowns, is collaborate with other fitness professionals out there. These are high-end people. We have set up satellite events. We have sent those events into the White House, and we are collaborating, supporting the initiative of making Americans healthy by 2030. I am determined. I am going to support my fellow Americans with this and help everybody get healthy, strong, and you know what? That's what makes your small business healthy as well.
You were absolutely right. And Helena, thank you again. All such good
You're
points.
welcome.
We probably need
You're
to
welcome.
talk offline about a newsletter piece. So just I'm planting
Absolutely,
that
sure.
seed. And then I just want to, before we wrap up, Kimberly, you had your hand up, so I wanted to give you a chance to speak. Thanks again, Helena. Great seeing you.
Hello, I've been on Alignable for almost since it started when it was first done. And I'm so excited to be here. I have won twice the business of the local business, but I really want someone else to, I want to help other people get it. And I've met the most amazing people on Alignable. I'm like a secret ambassador. I love to support people, promote people, help people, and do things like I met a Holly, I don't know if she's on here today, but she's a dance instructor. And I made a day, I run a homeschool program, and I made a Renaissance day that featured her dance, as well as another business owner who had sword play. And so I made a Renaissance day and featured both, and was able to promote them to our families and have just a great day. So I've met a lady who makes baklava. I serve it to my teachers at their teacher training days. So, I mean, if you have something interesting and fun, I love to promote and help. It's a blessing, and Alignable has been such a big thing in that, and meeting local people. And so just wanted to share that.
I am so happy to hear that. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work, and maybe look into being not an ambassador in secret, but an ambassador up front. That, you know, we'd love to have you. So I think this pretty much wraps us up, Barbara. We're I think we're in good shape. Any final words you'd like to say to this wonderful group?
No, I would just say really use this platform to your advantage over the next 6 weeks. Like everyone has been saying, this is really how you're going to kickstart your year. And it's all, Chuck has built this all to help you guys grow and to help your communities grow. That is the purpose. That's why you guys are here. Like we've heard from all of you, just to help small businesses grow and flourish and be those leaders in their communities that they're destined to be. And Chuck is really passionate about this. And I'm just so excited for you, Chuck.
Oh.
I know we say we're excited for the members, and I'm so excited for the members, but I'm like secretly like, this is Chuck's Super Bowl, like I said, and I'm just so happy that his time has come and he's finally here, because he really spends all year planning for this. And so, yes, and thanks for everyone who jumped on and gave their feedback and their experience as well. It was really powerful.
And we'll do it again sometime soon. And
I'd love to do a Smart Connect.
yes, that's terrific.
If you
Whatever
guys are
wanna
down,
do.
I got to run a Smart Connect next week in a group, and I feel like this is the group. So if you guys want, we can run a Smart Connect. I'll do it Wednesday at 4. Hopefully, I didn't check my calendar before I said that, but it's all right. I'll bump some things around. But yeah, we should definitely do a Smart Connect so you guys can start meeting each other and start conversing with each other in this group.
And Kat, I think you had one other thing you wanted to say really quick, or is that just a hand saying hi? I'm not sure.
No, I just wanted to, it's along the line of the ambassadors. So as of the last time I checked, which was about a week and a half ago, I am the only alliance in all of British Columbia. So if there is anybody else in BC that would like to help me in, becoming an alliance ambassador and starting a group, we could really use the help. I could really use the help, because I'm trying to connect with so many people over just Metro Vancouver, which is a huge area. So if there's anybody else, Jeanette Martin, I'm looking at you, hint, hint. Yeah, I could really use another ambassador in British Columbia to help bring some more businesses together. So
that is awesome and a great call out. And I want to thank, if anybody from our team here at Alignable is watching, hey, you know what? I've got a huge team helping out with so many things I'm not good at with this contest. So I want to give a huge shout out to them, Pascal, Phil, Roger, Nick. I mean, I feel like I'm at the part of the Waltons here, John Boy, anybody else really helping with this, because it's a huge activity, and everybody, Barbara, Brittany, really everybody gets involved, and everyone has a really good heart here. I can tell you that. And it all comes out during the contest. So thanks so much for joining us today. Barbara, thank you for setting this up so quickly. Thanks to everybody who spoke and all the wonderful comments. And let's just go for it this year.
That's right. All right. Bye, everybody.
Thanks.
See you next week, 4 o'clock Eastern. We'll do a Smart Connect.
Bye-bye.